Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Hello my esteemed students, hello my dear students, and welcome to new lesson of English. In our today's lesson we will deal with the first unit in your book. So today we will deal with your book, the first unit in it, and the title of this unit is Puzzles and Mysteries. Puzzles and Mysteries. So what is the meaning of puzzles and mysteries? Here, the meaning of puzzles and mysteries, things which we know anything about them. They have a lot of secret. Now, number A, read the first two paragraphs of the text. So we will have, after a while, we will have a text. And we want to read the first two paragraphs of it to find the answers to these questions. So, after a while, we will read the first two paragraphs. While reading, we have to focus on the answers to these questions. We have to put into our considerations the answers to these questions. Question number one, where are the Nazca lines? So we will talk about lines. Their names are Nazca lines. And while reading, we have to find where are they. So the first question, where are the Nazca lines? Number two, what size is the area covered by the pictures? What size is the area covered by the pictures? Question number three, why didn't people know the pictures until the 1930s? Fourth question, how old are the pictures? How old do scientists think the pictures are? Now let's read the text, discovering or finding the answers to the previous questions. The title of this lesson is The Mystery of the Nazca Lines. So today we will talk about Nazca lines and the mystery of them. I will read the first paragraph, so focus with me. When planes fly over the Peruvian desert about 4 kilometers south of Lima, the passengers look down and see large pictures on the ground far below, as well as pictures of birds and animals. They can see hundreds of perfectly straight lines, many kilometers long. Some of the lines are parallel, some of them intersect, some combine to form a shape, and some seem to be randomly placed. These lines and pictures cover a flat area 60 kilometers long and 2 kilometers wide. Yes, now we have some strange or new words like, for example, parallel. You can see this word here in the fourth line. What is the meaning of parallel? Parallel means is the same distance apart at every point in each line. Yes, after that we have intersect. Intersect means to meet or to cross each other. To meet or to cross each other. Also we have randomly. What is the meaning of randomly? Randomly means without any regular pattern. Without regular pattern, they are disordered. Here is the meaning. Text or paragraph number 2. They can be seen only from a plane high above the ground. So here we can't see any pictures, we can't see any lines from the ground. Just we can see them from a plane high above the ground. In fact, they were not discovered until planes began to fly over the area in the 1930s. If you are on the ground, you see no pictures, only narrow paths through the stunning desert. Apparently, the people who made the lines were able to look at the ground from the air in some way. But they can't have had planes or helicopters, according to most scientists who have studied the pictures. They are nearly 2000 years old. Now I will explain the first 2 paragraphs. When planes fly over the Peruvian desert about 400 kilometers south of Lima, the passengers look down and see large pictures in the ground far below. So if you are traveling by plane in the desert of Peru, you can see some pictures on the ground. Yes, here what is the meaning of passengers? Passengers mean people who travel by plane. Here in this text, below is the opposite of above. As well as here means besides, in addition to pictures of birds and animals, you can see hundreds of perfectly straight lines. So while you are looking down, you can see hundreds of lines many kilometers long. They are many kilometers long. And these lines have different shapes. Some of them are parallel. Parallel here means, as we have seen earlier, the same distance. They have the same distance apart at every point of them. And you can see some of them intersect. Intersect here means meet. Intersect, meet, or cross each other. Some combine to form a shape. Some of these lines form a diagram, form a shape. And some seem to be randomly placed, some of them in disorder placed. These lines and pictures cover a flat area 600 60 kilometers long and 2 kilometers wide. They can be seen only from plane. Here they refers to what? Refers to the lines and pictures. Yes, here we are talking about lines and pictures. So pictures and line can be seen. We can see them only from a plane, just if we are traveling by plane high above the ground. So if we are on the ground, we can't see them. But if we are on a plane, we can see these pictures and lines. In fact, they were not discovered. These pictures and lines were not discovered, were not known. They were unknown till the year of till the years of 1930s. So they were not discovered until planes began to fly over the area in the 1930s. So if you are on the ground, if you are walking on the ground, you see no pictures, you can't see anything, you see nothing of them. You can see just narrow paths. What is the meaning of narrow? Narrow is the opposite of wide. Narrow, the opposite of wide. Paths, routes, roads. Yes, through the stony desert, through the desert which is full of stones. Approximately, the people who made the lines, the people who drew the lines, were able to look at the ground from the air in some way, but we don't know this way. But they can't have had planes. Yes, in the past, people could not have planes or helicopters, according to some or to most scientists who have studied this or these pictures. They are nearly 2000 years old. So they came back to 2000 years old. Now, after explaining the two paragraphs, we can come back to the questions. Read the first two paragraphs of the text. Find the answers to these questions. Yes, we have read and we have found the answers. Number 1. Where are the Nazca lines? Yes, my students, where are they? Yes, they are 400 kilometers south of Lima in Peru. So they are 400 kilometers south of Lima, Peru. What size is the area covered by the pictures? What size is the area covered by the pictures? So the size is 60 kilometers long and 2 kilometers wide. It's 60 kilometers long and 2 kilometers wide. Number 3, why didn't people discover the pictures until the 1930s? Why didn't people know the pictures until the 1930s? Because they can only be because the pictures can only be seen from a plane, and the planes didn't fly over the area until the 1930s. Number 4. How old do scientists think the pictures are? How old are the pictures in the opinion of scientists? Nearly 2000 years old. Apparently 2000 years old. Now, dear students, you can read and you can write down the answers in your copybooks. So you can read and understand after the answers, then you can write them down. Now, after writing down the answers, we can move to practice number B. What does practice number B say? It says, match each diagram to a sentence. Match each diagram to a sentence. So here we have 4 diagrams and we have also 4 sentences. And we are required to match between the diagram and the appropriate sentence. Number 1. The lines form a shape. The lines form a shape. Number 2. The lines are randomly placed. The lines are randomly placed. Number 3. The lines are parallel. They are parallel. And finally, number 4, the lines intersect. So, here we have to focus on some meanings. Randomly without order, as we have said. Randomly means without regular pattern, without order. Parallel means they have the same distance apart at every point. And intersect means cross each other. Now the answers. The lines form a shape. Yes, we can match the sentence with D diagram number D, and this shape is called parallelogram. So its name is parallelogram. Number 2, the lines are randomly placed. Yes, in the diagram number C, we can see in the diagram number C 3 lines which are randomly placed. They are disordered. Number 3, the lines are parallel. The lines are parallel. In the diagram number B, we can see 2 parallel lines. And the lines intersect in the first or in the diagram number A. In the diagram number A. Now, my students, you can write down also the answers. So, number 1 with D, number 2 with C, number 3 with B, and number 4 with A. Thank you for spending your time listening to me, my students. I hope this lesson will be of benefit to everybody concerned, and I wish every one of you has the benefit of this lesson. I wish you have a good time, and finally I will say to you all goodbye